what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're gonna crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell, 1 inch at a time.
You gotta look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now I think you're gonna see a guy who will go that inch with you. You're gonna see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team because he knows when it comes down to it, you're gonna do the same for him.
Hi everybody, welcome back. I am here with John Sanchez from Memory Lane Video, and I hope that that video you guys just watched was the perfect lead-in for this company because they are just so innovative and make amazing cinema. So we're going to hop right into it. John, I want you to tell me what are the must-haves of wedding and why is cinema a must-have?
Must-have, well, I'm going to share a little story here that happened over the summer. So over the summer, I went to Florida to visit a friend of mine, and I filmed his wedding back in 2009. And when I was there, just over the summer, they brought out that video. I started watching it. Now, his wife's brother passed away about 3 years ago. And in that video is the brother acting corny, goofy, like was. So of course, you know, they were sad about it, but they were so thankful that they had a video to show this.
Yeah.
I've heard over the years that thank you for, you know, the video, you know, we lost our father or an aunt or uncle, and everyone was, you know, thankful that they had a video of their loved one. So yes, when we give you your wedding film, you'll be ecstatic about it, but it probably becomes more and more important as people come and go out of our lives.
Yeah, that is such a perfect example. And Memory Lane did my wedding film, and it is going to be 10 years this April. And I mean, this year has gone by so fast, so it feels like it was just our 9-year anniversary, but it has always been our tradition to watch our full film on our anniversary day. And I didn't realize how important that tradition was to me until this April. We wanted to watch it with our 5-year-old son, and I could not find my DVD, and I was like, I wanted to cry because it's such an important part of like our ritual as a couple that we like relive those memories every year. Fortunately, because I am with Bridal Spectacular and my wedding was publicized, I was able to watch a couple of the videos on YouTube. But I'm sure I'll find it, don't worry. But yeah, it's like, it's vital, and I am so glad that I have those memories. And fortunately, well, I do have one family member who has passed since then, who does show up in my video, but like my parents are still here. But I know it really, you're right, it will become even more important to me as those people start to leave my life. And
Exactly.
I don't even want to think about it.
I know, I felt so bad when I saw, but how then after the video, how thankful they were that they had this, you know, I knew then it was the right thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
And how did Memory Lane come to be?
So we have been here in Las Vegas since 2003, a long time ago. Ricky and I started it back then. Back then it was just him and I.
Mm-hmm.
We've since grown. There's now a team of us. And we've been filming, I mean, there for a while, over 100 weddings a year.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone at Memory Lane's either UNLV film student graduate or or doing something with web design or something. So they
So
all
they're very
have
experienced team.
yes, and they all have something to contribute to the video. So even though 2 or 3 of us come out typically to film a wedding, the final wedding film the couples get from us is a combination of everyone putting their 2 cents in to give that video its polished look and feel, so to speak.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
And you also offer drone footage. So tell us how that ties into the whole wedding day and the experience of the film.
We started this we got our drone in 2010, believe it or not. This drone, even before that word was around, this was a helicopter. There were no drones back then.
I remember it. It was so cool.
It was a helicopter. When the main rotor blades were folded out, it was 55 inches long. I mean, think of a lot of TVs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it weighed 18 pounds, and it had a full DSLR camera mounted to the front of it. And
Oh,
it
I
took
so
2
remember that.
people one to fly and just concentrate fly, and one to film. And it really was pushing the envelope back then. We practiced with that for about 6 months before we went out to film the first wedding, and of course we debuted that video at the Bridal Protector
Yeah,
show.
I remember the first time you put a picture of the helicopter in your ad at that time.
Yep.
Like it really
exactly.
stands out in my mind because it really was ahead of its time for
Yeah.
sure. Like now drones are
Common word.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of safety built into them. I mean, a modern drone now, it would be hard to fly it into a building or a tree. There's a lot of safety in it.
Yeah.
So
but you had to really practice with that puppy.
with the old one, yeah, exactly.
So can you tell us quickly what are the different types of video services, different things that you offer throughout the wedding planning process?
So 3 things that I'll concentrate on. So our save the dates, video save the date, one was shown earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And then our grand entrance hype videos are really, really cool. And of course the wedding film itself, starting with the save the date, if a couple wants to do something like that, I meet with them and I encourage them to think big, go over the top. I mean, we can create a save the date where you're holding hands, walking the park with pretty flowers and Celine Dion music in the background. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you're meeting with a video company that's willing to go above and beyond
Yeah.
to do something over the top. So some of these
So
save
take
the dates.
advantage of it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. The team that we have, we'll figure out a way to make it happen. We have done these grand entrance hype videos, everything from kind of escape room challenges was our last one to bride being rescued by her groom, kind of.
Oh, because he was a firefighter, right?
Yeah, we
Or-
had that. Yeah. That groom was a firefighter, and then we just took his job and came up with a storyline. And I happen to have some footage of a fire that he was fighting
Oh my gosh.
8 months
what a
before they
coincidence.
met with us. Yeah, and it was just crazy. So it was really meant to be. So I think we did one for you.
Yep,
didn't we?
you did one for me.
So-
Yeah, you helped us recreate, I think, 5 different scenes from 5 different movies, and the kind of the tagline was the Covington wedding, the love, better than any love story you've seen or whatever, because we were recreating all these love stories, and then it was our love story. So I still love watching that too.
Yeah, I watch it too. We still show it every now and then.
I
with the right
almost
couple.
included it on the end of this. I should have done it. I talked about it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Because you already had like a bunch of like really amazing videos you'd sent me, and I didn't want to take away from those. So
No problem. Yeah.
mine's 10 years old, but it's still so amazing. So yeah. Let's see. What should a couple expect from their video film maker experience? Is there a consultation beforehand? How does all that go?
Oh yeah, we'll meet with them, get their wedding details, itinerary, and kind of their theme, and then, just recently over the summer we filmed a wedding that was like a Game of Thrones
Oh my gosh.
type, and boy, the final video, it definitely has that theme going on
Wow.
down to the music and their costumes that they had, their wedding attire. So
So like, did
it
you keep
definitely-
that in mind with the cinema style and everything
Oh yes,
then?
yes,
Yeah.
definitely got. So it was up in Mount Charleston. We got a lot of drone footage of just the trees and everything, and made it look very much like a Game of Thrones type.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So those consultations are probably especially important to you guys.
Yeah, it's our first
since
meeting.
You personalize everything.
Yeah, couples have seen what we do online, and then they're wondering what we can do for them on their wedding day. And when they come in and meet with me, or if it's on Zoom now, then I have a variety of videos to show them of wedding films that we've done in the past that might be something similar to what they're thinking.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
So, how long does it take you guys to kind of pump out that final product and get it to the couple after the wedding day?
Yes. So, once we can get started, the editing is going to take about 3 or 4 weeks. The type of editing that we do is very creative, very customized to the client, and it doesn't come overnight.
Definitely not.
So just based on where we are in the year and the backlog, it can take up to 3 months, sometimes 5 months.
Wow.
It's a lot. So I every consultation after I show them what we do, then I look them straight in the eye and say, that type of editing didn't come overnight. Based on your wedding being this day,
Right.
we are probably looking at a 4-month turnaround or a 3-month.
Right.
And I always set the expectation that it's going to take them 3 or 4 months, and we typically always come in under that
Good. Yeah.
by several weeks. So, yeah.
So with that in mind, if someone wants to do something like a save the date, how far out should they plan that? Because obviously that's going to have maybe not as much turnaround time because it's not as much footage, but it still has a decent turnaround time to get that.
Yeah, great question. So those save the dates. We can, once we have the idea, we can typically film it in a day or an afternoon. The one that we showed here earlier.
With the sketch.
Yeah,
girl.
that was filmed in the morning. Believe it or not, that was filmed on a Super Bowl. I don't remember which one, but it was filmed on a Super Bowl morning.
Sunday. Wow.
Yeah, and we went out at 9 a.m. and by 1 or 2 we were done, and I think kickoff was at 3 o'clock. So,
Nice.
So yeah, and then of course the editing takes a few days, maybe a week, and get it out to them.
So those have a considerably quicker turnaround
Yeah,
so that they can
something
get
like
that announcement out there.
Exactly. Yes.
So how far out from the actual wedding date do you recommend they start
Well,
that process?
it's up to them, but
Yeah.
the planning process as far as their idea, what they want to do, can take 2 or 3 weeks, and then once they like the idea and we know how we're going to do this, we're ready to film it, and typically just less than a day
Awesome.
will be done.
Well, we're running out of time for this segment, but we're gonna keep you around for our Q&A at
Okay.
the end. So if anyone had any video-specific questions, we will be able to touch on those in a moment. But before we go to a quick commercial and come back for Q&A, what's just the best way to get in touch with you guys and start the process?
We are on all the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of them. Yeah, Pinterest. I don't even keep up with them all. Ricky
like,
does
"Not
a
my
great
job."
job on doing. There's so many out there I didn't even know were out there. So yeah.
So check you out on social
Yeah.
media. Check out your website, which is mlvnv.com.
Nice.
Do we have anyone asking anything there?
Well, there's a great question regarding proposals. So Las Vegas, a lot of people come here, they might pop the question, and with the holidays coming, we do see more and more people getting engaged. So proposals, I've seen some great ones from you.
We just did one on Monday. So
So people
yeah.
are actually getting a videographer for their proposal, not just the wedding itself. Is that what's going on?
Yes, and then hopefully they'll come and we'll film
Right.
film their wedding. But
Well, I'm sure once they get the proposal
yeah.
final product, they won't want to go anywhere else. So
honestly, as with anything, planning is the key to it, because there's a lot of variables. But this particular case, the gentleman wanted to get married, to propose at the Bellagio in the Flower area.
Oh, and the conservatory.
yeah.
Okay.
So went down there, met him there, and guess what? The Flower Conservatory right now is tore apart. They're changing over for the fall. And so I'm like, I'm so glad we met here. So let's figure something out. He decided he's going to do it kind of near the fountains. Got it all out, figured out. But the thing about the proposal is, what good is the video? What good is a proposal video if you can't hear them? if you can't hear him say whatever he's gonna say, and then the bride answer yes. So, excuse me, but his fiance answer yes.
Yeah.
So, I want to mic them ahead of time, and it honestly is like a covert operation to get them away, get them mic'd up, get it filmed, and go back. So this latest one, maybe Ricky will blog it. It starts off like a military operation. You hear, and then of course he does it. It's really cool how it comes out.
That's awesome. So you
So
kind of have like she's moving in or whatever.
There is. So there are 2 of us, but we even had where there are 5 of us. We've even followed a couple down the strip, and everyone's got little earpieces in their ears with radios, and I mean,
So stealth-like.
it really
That's
is,
awesome.
yeah.
Amount
Great.
of people they
You're
can
very
have.
stealth. I've seen you behind
Yeah.
bushes, behind chairs. Like
Laying
you
on the
never
floor.
know John's in the room filming until you actually get the video and you're like, wait, he was there, right next to me at that time.
Sorry, with this COVID, live streaming now has definitely come forward. So we've been doing that.
So live streaming the wedding so their
Yeah,
guests from
live streaming
afar
the
can
ceremony,
watch.
correct, yeah. And so we do it on the Facebook platform, which pretty much everyone knows, even grandparents. They like to keep tabs on their grandchildren. And we're using a 360-degree camera, so the end user watching it can literally move that image left or right and look whatever direction they want. They could literally follow the people coming down the aisle if
Oh
they so
wow!
wish.
And then you
so.
kind of check out the audience too to see
Yep.
people that they were hoping
and
to
then you see
there.
them then giving shout outs to beautiful couple and
That's awesome.
so yeah.
The Lovings didn't know that it was a crime for a white person to marry a Negro in Virginia. They found out the hard way.
I think that marrying who you want to is a right that no man should have anything to do with.
The 4 words etched onto the front of the Supreme Court, equal justice under law, apply to us too.
Legalizing same-sex marriage across the land, and it's profound. The 5-4 vote, in many ways reflecting the huge societal shift of the last 20 years.
The first look, the moment a bride and groom see each other for the first time. Not only did the groom get the first look, but so did thousands of others marching for justice.